This is actually 2 chuck steaks, chuck roasts, about 6.5 pounds total. And I'm going to get started with these. I'm going to season them fairly well, and then get them in the oven, which is preheated right now to 300 degrees. I'm going to go with a little bit of a mixture here of some Simply Marvelous seasoning products. This is a pecan rub. I'm also going to put some cherry on here just to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to use this temperature probe and put it in about the thickest part, trying to get the tip as close to the center as possible. Try to avoid putting the tip into any of the areas where their fat is, because you might get a false reading if you do that. So, looking really good, coming along just fine. Got a good ways to go still. But it's at 165 degrees right now. And I'm going to add a little more seasoning just for fun. And this is, again, some more of the pecan rub from the Simply Marvelous here. If you don't have these spices, that's okay. Use your favorite. If you're new to this, don't really have any favorites yet, just go with some basics. Go with some good cracked black pepper. A little salt, don't use too much. We're trying, at least I'm trying to cut back on salt usage to lower my blood pressure. And if yours is okay, it won't hurt to cut back anyways and make sure you stay okay. It's better to prevent some health problems rather than wait till after it's already happened and try to reverse it. So just add a little bit of salt, is fine, not very much. And add some garlic. You can add some fresh garlic. Chop it up and add it on there, whatever you like. Some paprika, some Italian spices, whatever you like. Give it a try and see if it turns out like you. This is some frozen concentrated beef juice that I've saved from whenever I cook a steak or a roast. I'll take the drippings that are left over, put it in a container, and put it in the freezer. And I'll use it for things like this to make sure I have plenty of good juice, beef flavor in here. I'll use it to make a jus for a French dip sandwich, or for prime rib, or make a nice stout to beef gravy. If you don't have any beef drippings like I have here, you can use some of those bouillon cubes or the bouillon paste if you want to. Those work nice. But I'm just going to add some here, a little bit, to see what I'm doing there. Add some to the pan here. Make sure I have really good beef flavor. Keep it nice and moist and juicy. What you can also do for good flavor is add some Worcestershire sauce. Give it a nice splash. Give it a lot if you like. Again, like I said just a little bit ago, before you add any salt, think about what you're going to do. There's salt in the Worcestershire sauce, so you probably won't need to add any. And if you use a seasoning mix like this, most likely it's going to have some salt in it. So take a look and be careful. Don't add too much salt. It's not a good idea. And also you can use some balsamic vinegar. That'll add a nice little flavor to it. This is just some average balsamic vinegar. Just add a little bit. Help give it a different flavor profile and give it a good flavor profile altogether. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cover this up, put it back in the oven, and I'll be back. And we'll see at that point if it is in fact done to make our shredded beef for whatever we like. And we'll check back with you then. Let it go up to 203 degrees. Carefully remove the foil now and see if in fact it's ready or not. Be careful when you open these up, the steam doesn't burn you. So try to open it away from you a little bit there. I'm going to use this same temperature probe and check in a couple spots here. Just a little bit of resistance, but it slides in and out very, very easily. I'm going to go ahead and say that it is done. So I'm going to cover it back up, let it stay nice and warm, and we'll let it rest. I'm going to let it go for at least an hour and a half, maybe up to 2 hours. So it can stay nice and warm, but just let it relax while staying nice and warm. And to do that, I'm going to put some covers on it. Just like that. I'm going to put some old, thick towels on here to help keep it nice and warm, keep the heat in. And just like that, we'll let it rest for a right amount of time, and I'll see you back here in just as always, waiting for it to rest for 2 hours before you can start eating it. So let me unwrap it. Now we'll see how we're doing now. It's been 2 hours and 10 minutes. I got preoccupied. Well, it looks fine. It smells wonderful. Let's see what we're doing. Still 149 degrees. After 2 hours and 10 minutes of resting. So it's still plenty safe temperature wise. Let's see what it looks like here. I usually just like to take tongs and grab a small piece and give it a twist. Just start at the end there somewhere, grab a piece, little section, and give it a twist. You can do bigger chunks like this. You can keep breaking it down into smaller chunks, tear it down into larger chunks like this. You can do smaller ones, just use a fork or 2 pair of tongs or something, and you can shred it down as fine or as thick as you want it. What I'm going to do right now, though, I think, is I'm going to try to pour off most of this juice so I don't splash it around too much. I'm going to do that now. Try and not make too big of a mess here. I'm going to save this. It's too good to throw away. But there's a fair amount of fat you can see on the surface there. I'm going to put it in the fridge. Let it set overnight. Tomorrow I'll skim the fat off the top and just save the concentrated beef juice, and I'll freeze it. And I'll do this for every time I cook a steak or a roast or whatever. I'll save that beef juice, and at Christmas time I'll use it to make a really nice au jus. Like I was saying, just grab a small piece of the meat with the tongs. You can grab it as small as you want. Just give it a little twist. You can grab bigger sections if you want them bigger. And just keep going with it. Might want to sample a piece to make sure. Okay, there's the finished product there. I put some of the shredded beef on a plate so you can see it easier with the remainder here in this bowl. I also left one piece of the chuck roast whole to show you that if you want, you could save one or two or even all of it into sections like this, and you can use it, like I say, you can use it for tacos, burritos, tostadas, French dip. You can put some on a bun with some barbecue sauce. Be sure to add some lettuce and tomato, make your doctors happy, and make your health a little bit better. Use a whole grain bun too. It's never too early to try to eat healthier, and it's never too late to try to eat healthier. You got to enjoy life. Enjoy some good food. Make some tasty stuff. Enjoy it, but add in some healthy aspects too. Don't wait till your health is failing before you decide, oh, I got to do something. Start now. Enjoy it, and we'll see you next time on Cook and Gobble videos.